watching Out the Top.
And you're watching Out the Top.
You're watching Out the Top.
Look at that rock light coming out the top.
What's up? What's up, guys? Brian Dunnigan back. Oh, there I am. All right. What's up, guys? Brian Dunnigan back in the Rock Life Studios for whatever episode this is of Out the Top. With us once again is Mr. Dan Carter. Let's get Dan on here. Mr. Carter.
What's happening?
What is up, my friend?
Man, it's just excited to be here.
It is. I'm glad you're here. Let's do this before we do anything else. I got asked no less than 65 times at Rush Offroad, where's Dan? And you know what I had to tell them? I don't know. They said, is Dan alive? I said, I'm not really sure. Like I tried to call him.
Luckily.
So where was Dan?
Man, unfortunately, we were getting ready to load everything up for Thursday afternoon. We were going to leave out. Thursday morning, I had work, went to work, hit a gas line with an excavator.
Yes.
Was not pretty. And, man, it was just accumulation of things. And I just said, this might just be one of those times we had to stick around and be grown-ups and fix our mistakes, and we'll catch the racing on another day. So we chose to adult this past weekend, and I hated every minute of it.
We did too. We were all missing. We were all missing you, buddy. Had me all worked up. I was like, I don't know where he's at. He may quit me.
And then like I tried to call you, and it went straight to voicemail. I was like, yep, he's there. He don't have any service whatsoever.
We were in the land of the lost. All right. So before we get into the show, the last show, guys, we had some internet issues. And I'm hoping we don't have any tonight. We've got some storms rolling through. So our last show, halfway through, it got cut off. We had to restart it, put it all together. It's a mess. It's out there. If you want to go piece it together and put it and watch it, you can. Hopefully tonight goes a little smoother. Last week we did not have a show. Same thing, adult time. Just too much going on. And but we're back. So once again, appreciate everybody for watching, guys. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go do that. Hit up our show on Spotify or Apple Podcast or Amazon Music or iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Go follow us there to make sure you get. If you can't watch the live and you want to check it out later, it'll be there. So make sure to do that. Rate, review, and as always, we have memberships that are still available. Get merch discounts, and listen, merch after Rush is running low. So if you want, we've got a few Rock Life Off-Road racing hoodies left. We've got a few pit shirts left. We've got a few of our new T-shirts available still. There's very few of the new koozies still available. And once a lot of this stuff runs out, it's not going to be reordered. We're going to be getting new stuff, different stuff. So if you want some of that, right now is the time to get your hands on that. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. And let's see who's on here. Oh, Sam from Next Generation Graphics said he missed you.
What's up, buddy?
Man, Sam's my boy. And we'll talk about this in a minute, and Sam will know exactly what I'm talking about. He probably already knows what I'm talking about. Rush, man. Let's just get straight to that. So, Rush, dude, is always one of those places that you go in there expecting it to be a fun and exciting crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send this to you. Do you have a phone available right now?
Yes.
I'm going to send you a video, and you're going to watch this, and we're all going to watch you laugh, I think. But I got some dude. It was just I don't even know how to explain this without explaining it like in detail. But Rush seemed like it was a really good time for some people.
Right.
Just plain and simple. It was just a really good time. There was one video, we talk about safety on here all the time. There was one video of a girl, some woman, I say girl, some grown woman hanging out the side of a Can-Am going up a hill. And people yelling at her to get down, like get in the machine.
Right.
And she's like, I'm a paramedic. I know what I'm doing. Like, if you don't get in that car, you're going to need a paramedic. So there's some serious craziness that goes on at that place, especially late at night. But yeah, you need to check out that video when you get it. And then, oh, you're watching it now. I've got to see your face.
I'm not even going to say who I think that looks like.
I'm going to, but you know what it is, right?
I know what it is, but you. Oh my goodness, Wade needs to get a hold of his old lady.
Oh my God. Dude, that was all over Facebook for like a day. And it got taken down. Just it's just insane. Sam, I'll send you that too. You need to see it if you didn't see it.
Oh man, good. Thank goodness it wasn't chocolate milk.
I know, right?
And Cooper Bentley would have done worse than what he did already.
Oh yes. Jeez.
Oh my Lord.
I knew that'd put us off the rails.
I'd probably be grounded if I would have come to Rush this past weekend.
I got sent that by somebody else, and they're like, man, it's a good thing I didn't come until Saturday morning. I would have been right in the middle of that. So bad. But anyways, so there was that. And listen, me and Matthew were being good kids this week. We didn't bring a side-by-side. We didn't bring an ATV. We didn't bring a pit bike. We stayed by the trailer, hung out with Sam, done a little bit of nothing. And there's some kid running around in the vendor area on his Can-Am four-wheeler, just brapping it up. Brap, 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 for hours. Friday night, I think it was about 3 when he gave it up.
Oh,
yeah. And then Saturday, we were exhausted. Or I'm sorry, Friday night. Shit. The first night was Thursday. The second night was Friday. Friday night, we were exhausted, and we're like, 10 o'clock, we're going to bed. And we're like, it's quiet. Old kid's not on his four-wheeler. We're going in here and going to sleep. As soon as we go in and turn the lights off, brap, 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 brap.
He found the keys.
He found the damn key. It didn't get no more than 100 feet from my truck all night long.
Oh man!
And then there was a couple guys that tried to get up and play on the race hill in the middle of the night, and there was no sleep. So I should have just brought a four-wheeler, and I should have just went up there and got me a glass of milk, I guess.
Yeah.
At least it would have been entertaining.
It may help you sleep a little bit better.
May have helped me sleep a little bit better. Not like a warm glass of milk to put you to bed. All right. That's enough of the nonsense. Friday. Let's get into the racing. Friday, man, I dreaded the rain. It always rains at Rush. But it rained just enough, I think, to make it interesting, make it hard, because let's face it, the hills at Rush are not crazy.
Right.
They can be. I mean, he can pick the bad ones if he wants to, but for the most part, it's pretty tame.
Yeah.
As you get to the top of the hill, there's a slick spot and some pretty good rocks. Throw a little water on that, and that makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it rained just enough to keep it interesting. Wasn't a ton of mud. Kind of grippy, almost. Put on, I mean, almost perfect for racing. UTV classes, both classes handled it well. A lot better than I kind of expected it to. Racing went pretty quick. Not a ton of recoveries on Friday. I did notice, like I said, we talk about safety on here a lot. Did notice that they were taking their time, doing their checks before the runs on Friday, making sure people were in place on the course. Always happy to see that. But the UTV Unlimited class, we'll talk about that for just a little bit. A rare screw up by Clay Cason. Cost him. I don't know if it cost him the race, but it definitely cost him some time.
Right.
So you done some up and downs, and then you come all the way over to what would be the right side of the hill, and instead of going up the step ups that they run on Saturday, you kind of go up the access road, and then you cut back across.
Right.
Well, there's two roads to go across, and Clay took the wrong one.
Oh.
So added time by going up too far, and then put him at a bad angle to go up the hill, which slowed him down. And man, I talked to him after the race. He was so mad at himself. He's like, man, I screwed up. He said, I know that cost me 5-6 seconds, maybe more. And so I hate to see that, because it would have been, dude, it would have been, I'm going to look. Let's see where he actually timed at. It would have been so close. So he got third place. First run. Yeah, he was a 75 on the first run. And your winner on the first run was a 71.
Whew. Yeah.
So that one mistake probably, it cost him at least one position, maybe the win.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I've always said about this stuff. It's the doing it is the easy part.
Right.
It's remembering where you're going.
Yeah.
We need some signs, banners, arrows, people. I don't know. I couldn't do it no more.
Cones, tape, lead nav.
Yep. Lead nav. Yes. Hey, we made fun of Braden from shoot. He got lost at Wildcat.
Yeah.
Listen, oh boy, we worked on that buggy all day Wednesday. Worked on most of the day Tuesday, most of the day Wednesday. Could not get it running. Loaded it up. He wasn't going to go to Rush. I said, no, put it in the trailer, take it up there. There's enough heads around. We'll figure out what's wrong with it. Got it up there. Kind of had an idea, but didn't have a real good way to assess it.
Right.
At the moment. Ended up taking injectors out and cleaning them. That buggy run really good. He ended up with a 6th place finish. Didn't get lost.
That's good.
And consider it wasn't running.
Yeah.
3 hours before the race started. I'll take that.
Well, and that's what I heard. They were like, talked to some of his folks, and they were like, he got 6. I was like, y'all need to be proud of that, because 6 in Cup.
Oh, that's no joke.
That's
no joke. Yeah. Cup class is getting more and more fast. And speaking of him, let's go ahead and throw a little love to our buddy at Busted Knuckle, Matt Myrick. Got 4th, I think.
Oh, sweet.
Was one spot away from the podium. And I know, the top 5 is what he's been shooting after.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. Like, I thought one of his goals this season was to get a top 5, because he knows of all people, how competitive Cup class is.
Well, he wants that podium, but top
Oh,
five
yeah.
is where he wants to be every week. And I'm looking at the results right now. You know, he was a 73 on course one right there with your top guys, and a 76. A little slower on the second run. Yeah, just right there, man.
Man.
And I talked to him. It's the downhills. All your guys, all your fast guys are so quick downhill. Like that's where the time's at.
That's right.
You know, I was even talking to Braden. And I told him, I said, your uphill speed and your flat ground speed is on par with everybody. You're right there. But your downhill speed kind of is a little lacking.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to get some suspension work done on that car and get him a little more comfortable headed over some of them hills. Stock class, I was rooting for Cody Kaysen to go 10 for 10.
Me too,
I know that was a tough feat to even imagine, but it was possible.
Yeah.
But the streak is over. Dean Roberts got the sweep on Cody, got both runs.
True.
And listen, Cody had that thing tuned up.
Mm-hmm.
So the streak is over, but he still got a second place. Cooper Bentley looked really good filling in for the Ellisons in their rental. And poor Dylan Dowler can't catch a break.
Yeah, he's had a tough season.
Well, turned over at Wildcat DNF this weekend, and even in the unlimited class with a what was a third place finish in the unlimited class, turns over after the finish line. Just cannot catch a break. But good day Friday for UTV classes. Saturday, I didn't know what to expect. We watched some guys Friday night come over and do a little bit of pre-running on the hill. Some guys had trouble. A couple of them made it just straight up it, no problem. Don't know if they touched it again with the excavator Saturday morning. But I did talk to Clyde. I was like, hey, why did we take the jump out? Because that was one of the highlights of coming to Rush was everybody wanted to see him fly up that hill. And he was like, man, we spent, 10 years doing that off and on.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same old. It's not hard. It's cool.
Right.
You know, it's cool, but it's really not hard once you accelerate up the bottom of the hill. It's just hold it and go.
Right.
So they brought in an excavator and made some step ups up that hill.
Mm-hmm.
And bottom one, dude. Nick does a really good job of explaining the height of that in Overdrive. If you guys want to go back and check that out, we got episode 2 of that out yesterday. But Nick does a really good job of explaining how vertical that was. And I knew the UTVs would have trouble, but I didn't think the bouncers would have as much trouble.
Right.
Some of your top guys, like even Wade, had to back up a couple times. Nick didn't shoot right up it. There was only a couple bouncers that really kind of one-shotted it.
Right.
But there was so many turned over right there. And I don't know how I feel about altering the hills in that way, I guess. But we really don't have a whole lot of options.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if not, it's basically drag race to the top. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. I feel that too. But man, it's like I kind of wish there was a way we could throw a wrench in things without having to make it like, oh, well, we got to go up this dugout bank again.
Well, there was some comments, on there was a picture posted on that. I don't know what day it was, Wednesday, Thursday. And I've seen some people on the internet throwing some shade. You know, the National Dirt Racing Association and all this crap.
Right.
Yeah, we dug out some dirt here, but I mean, you go right up above that and there's a big rock ledge. They're climbing these big rock ledges to get there.
Yeah.
These machines are getting so good, it's hard to get a course that is raceable that's hard enough for them. So
Right.
you've got to do some of this stuff every now and again
Yeah.
to keep it interesting.
That's right.
Let's see.
But not every part can be cool and have a Jeep Liberty in the hillside.
Dude, that's funny because we joked about that Friday night. I think we were telling that story about climbing the Jeep Liberty up at what was it, Poppy Mountain? I think.
Yeah. For some reason I was thinking Flat Nasty, but it was Poppy.
It was Poppy Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liberty Hill. Yeah.
That's it.
I was walking down this hill and there's a part of a spare tire and something else sticking out of the ground. I was like, oh, somebody just dumped their crap here. And they're like, no, you're standing on top of a Jeep. I said, what? Like, yeah, it died. And we just left it here and covered it in dirt. Okay, cool. So maybe that's what we need. We need to get some old RVs,
Like
some cars. Yeah, no, let's get all Monster Jam on this deal.
Yeah, there you
go. But no, it made the day a whole lot more interesting, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So it was a plus. Let's see. UTV Bounty, only 2 people finished both hills.
Whew, man, that's tough.
That's tough. Nathaniel Bell had he ended up first on the second run, probably had first place run going on the first run, climbed the little ledge easier than most of the bouncers, honestly. Just hit it perfect. And broke transmission on the next ledge.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's like number 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have this, it's a running gag at the shop. I just keep a new input shaft and a new high gear on order at all times. Bless his heart. But they went back and what did he do? He actually busted transmission, broke a pinion on the front diff all at the same time. They went back to the truck, swapped diffs, put it in low range, and got the fastest time of the day on the second run.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good show. I guess another one that kind of stood out to me, and I don't know if this has any effect on what's going on right now or not. The Bullzilla buggy didn't make hill 1. I don't know if they made hill 2 or not. I think they did, but for some reason they're having they got motor problems, so that motor is coming out and getting worked on. But he went up the ledge on hill 1, and the buggy went up and kind of fell back on its top and went straight down the bank and then laid over. And when they got it flipped back over, one of the recovery crew was literally digging mounds of mud out of the exhaust pipe. And of course, that's a turbo buggy. So your exhaust pipe is like this long right out of the turbo. And even after he started it, it was throwing rocks and mud and dirt out of the exhaust. So I just wonder if any of that debris got back into the motor somehow while all that was happening.
Right.
And
Man.
that sucks for them because they're having a good year,
Yeah.
but they're having a lot of trouble.
Yeah, my thoughts on that. I don't know if it's possible, but I would say if it did get the engine, check that turbo while you're at it.
Yeah.
Because man, I'd hate to see somebody put a new engine in, put that turbo on, and it still have junk inside of it.
You would think it would be blowing out, and it would keep most of that from getting. I know they're putting I think they're putting main bearings or something in the engine, which probably due to being running upside down. But I would, yeah, there's a lot of damn mud up in that thing. And our on the hook dude could go to multiple people this week, like so many. It was just so much carnage on that one little ledge. And listen, there were some UTVs too. I posted a video of Ethan Hunt coming off of one of the walls, and he just took a bad bounce and ripped the whole front suspension off of his Razor bouncer. DC Thompson run a wheel off the back of his buggy. Scott Gary just put on an absolute show. He could get any award you wanted to give him from that event.
Yeah, there's a new car too, right?
Brand new, and just beat the dog shit out of it for 2 days.
Yeah,
so that's pretty impressive. But listen, talking about impressive, I feel like I would not be doing anybody justice if I don't mention these two guys. They were the talk of the weekend, even outside of probably the podium finishers. I want to give a nod to Ben Driscoll and Johnny Gibbs. Both of those guys looked like they belonged on the top of the podium.
Right.
And everybody wants to be that, and everybody aspires to be that. But for a while, Johnny's kind of a wild man.
Oh yeah.
You never know what's going to happen there. And then Ben's had some rough luck over the past year and a half. Well, actually, I think it's been exactly a year. I think, because didn't he break out that buggy?
I think it was Rush last year
at Rush.
I think it was.
So he's had an interesting year getting used to that machine. But those two guys were on it. Like, Ben was on track to possibly win the race.
Yeah.
And then Johnny was right there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Ben was one of the guys pre-running, looking at the course really good on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell it. He felt so comfortable in that car when he knew exactly where to go. When he got to the ledge, he knew exactly how to get up it, never hesitated, shot right up it. And Johnny looked really good. And I'm really, really proud of both of those guys.
Right.
I want to see them, because we know what it feels like to have a rough season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We know what it feels like to go, is this fun anymore?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's kind of like, I kind of, when I was talking to Nick yesterday, it's kind of like golf, right? I'm horrible at golf. So bad. It's not even fun. But every time I go play, you'll hit one or two shots around that make you go, oh, this is actually fun, and I can do this.
Yeah. Tiger who?
Yeah. Tiger wish he could.
Yeah.
But you go and you hit those shots, and it just brings all that feeling back, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to go. And so hopefully that's a shot. Of course, I know Johnny's been racing Outlaw quite a bit and doing well over there. And it's just been a while since I've got to see him race this way.
Right.
But he looked good, and Ben looked good. And if he keeps working the rest of the year like he worked at Rush, I think you can expect to see him on the podium very soon.
Right.
Let's see. Do. Man, I don't know. Oh, nothing crazy. It was a good old fashioned race. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing, no drama. Just show up and run, and everybody had a good time. I guess we'll get right into our weekly awards and the rundown, and get out everybody's hair today. Out and top award could go to Ben or Johnny or a handful of other people, but I'm going to give that to Scott Gary.
Yeah.
Dude.
I heard he was on rails.
The Skinny Pedal Award, I guess they're still giving that out. They typically reserve that for, I mean, I guess people who crash, more or less. And he did crash a lot and finished. So if I'm giving out that award, he needs to win that one too.
Right.
But there could have been a couple other people. Like Ben deserves that this week. Johnny deserves that. But I'm going to give the nod to Scott because he really put on a show. On the hook. So once again, put everybody's name in a hat, draw it out.
Right.
But my nomination for On the Hook this week is none other. I think we jinxed him because the last show we talked about how he was running really good, getting podiums, back in that championship form, and comes out of Rush with a big whopping 30 points from 2 different classes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish he would have drove the UFO car.
He should have drove the UFO car. Brandon Davis, I'm sorry, but once again, you're the On the Hook winner. No fault of your own. Just bad luck on Friday and Saturday. First run, come out of the gate just screaming.
Yeah.
Screaming fast. And I don't know if he lost the transmission or what he ended up losing, but just buggy shut down on him, wouldn't pull up or back. And 30-point weekend for Brandon there.
And man, I hate that, but I feel like as a seasoned driver, you have parks that hate you. For me, it's Bikini Bottoms. Bikini Bottoms hates me very badly. I feel like Rush is Brandon's version of Bikini Bottoms for me. If you think of all his mishaps, a lot, like the first thing that comes to mind is when the Pro Rock race, he's doing the Bounty Hill, gets up top, and the car starts stealing, and he tries to save it and has to drive off like a 40-foot cliff. I mean, that's like, dude, that was like a jaw-dropping moment. And to see him like walk away from that, I just feel like Rush is that park for him. Like it just one of those things that nothing seems to go right. I hate that, but it's one of them things, man.
It's bad because like he done nothing wrong this weekend.
Right.
Nothing wrong, and it's still just shoot him up.
Yeah. It's like, what do I do to deserve this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's because of that UFO car. He should have brought it and raced it.
I think so.
We'll see that before the summer's out, I feel like. That's going to be an interesting man, that machine is just beautiful. If you guys haven't checked that out, go to Brandon Davis Racing and check out that brand new UFO, 100% brand new, just CAD designed, perfect machine. And I look forward to seeing what he is able to do in that. And I'm assuming he's going to run some Ultra 4 style stuff.
Right.
but he had it built so it could rock bounce.
Yeah.
So, hey,
it's going to be capable.
That's going to be interesting. All right, our youth driver of the week this week is Miss Kinley Havens. Kinley's been running off and on with the National Rock Racing Association and other racing series for the last several years. Family to Brantley and Dustin Havens. Always super nice. Kid is super fast every time, and I've been watching her race for 3 or 4 years now. Always fast, always enjoy to be around. So that's our youth driver of the week. Be on the lookout for them. I know they don't typically travel too far. I doubt we'll see them in Oklahoma this coming weekend. But when you guys get a chance to see them race, I think she's still running a 170 as well.
Yeah.
Which is a not as fast as the little 200s. So she is out there kicking butt in the youth class. So that's our youth driver of the week. And we'll get right into the rundown and we'll get out of you guys' hair this week. I'll start her off. Stock class, Dean Roberts was your winner. Cody Kaysen in second. Cooper Bentley driving for the Ellisons in third. Cody Kaysen is your points leader with 402. Robert Trainer had a rough week in the stock class, fell back a little bit with 344 points. And Coy Chappell in third now with 318. Get that unlimited class for us, sir.
Unlimited class, we had first place Cooper Bentley, second place Dylan Dowler, and third Clay Kaysen. That leaves Cooper on the top with 385 points, Clay with 382 points, and Dylan with 347 points. So we're looking at some tight numbers there. So we look to see how competitive that's going to be for the rest of the season.
Bounty class, Casey Howell was your winner. Scott Gary, second place. Nathaniel Bell in third. Nathaniel is still leading even with that big fat goose egg on hill one. Nathaniel's still leading with 328 points. Casey's in second with 306. And Austin Tidwell, who is yet to make an appearance, is still sitting in third place with 253 points.
I wonder if he's just sitting at home like, yeah, I'm going to let y'all have it this year. I'm gonna get on the podium for finals.
If he didn't get anybody to run for him at Rush. If he'd had somebody to run for him at Rush, he could be setting potentially in the Bounty lead right now.
That's gonna be cool. I'd like to see that.
Give us some bouncers.
All right, bouncer class. We had Wade Good first place. Daniel Heckley second, Nick Wright third. Points, we got Cooper Bentley still in first with 371 points. Wade coming in second with 357 points. And Nick in third, I think I just screwed that up, with 336 points.
No.
Wade's in second with 357, Nick with third and 336. Too many threes, man.
Sorry, man.
Good job, guys.
Can't help it. Good job to all of our podium finishers. And we got one more race before we take a little break coming up this weekend. Check that out on Rock Racing TV over on the YouTubes. Fiddler's Bend from Oklahoma, brand new park. First time we've been there. Should be some good racing. Didn't get to see the car counts. Not sure what kind of crowd we're going to have, but hopefully it's a good crowd. Hopefully it's a good place for spectators. If you guys can't make it out to the actual event, like I said, check it out on Rock Racing TV. Be a good time watching the race there with Bree and Matt Holt, MC and that deal. Once again, guys, appreciate everybody for coming. Make sure and like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, and share. And also check out our other series. We're just starting with Nick Rock. Overdrive, it's out there. We've got 2 episodes out and working on a third one that will be out probably sometime this week. And then we'll have a recap from Fiddler's Bend as well. So got a lot of cool stuff in the work with Nick. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. We will see you guys soon. Daniel, it's been fun.
Right on. My milk's ready. We'll see y'all guys.
Oh my God. Bye.
later.